What's good, party people? What y'all doing this Saturday? For those of you who don't know, I'm Lonnie Appleton. If you have a couple minutes, I was at my altar this morning. Those of you who aren't familiar, I'm in the process of developing or creating or establishing, whatever cute little word you want to use, an ancestral altar. I don't know what my hair is doing today, but I'm gonna let it do what it do. So I'm sitting at my altar this morning and it's new, so I'm like, I don't really know what to say to you guys, but let's have a come to Jesus moment. I'm pussyfooting around and then I finally get into it. I was like, look, Grandpa, I don't know you. Great auntie, you're off the hook because you're my great auntie. Like, how much presents were you supposed to have? And Mom, the fuck, I don't know you. Now, I don't know how y'all pray. I don't know how you talk to God, but I talk to God like I talk to you. I'm talking to my ancestors like I'm talking to you. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, y'all didn't transfer no knowledge. I'm sitting here like, Grandpa, you were a millionaire and I don't know about finances. Mom, you were so plagued by spirituality, you turned to drugs to turn the consigns off, and I don't know nothing about spirituality. She didn't know either because she came up in, that stuff is demonic, so I understand her thing. But what I'm saying is my mom transferred zero knowledge to me. I don't want to know Big Mama's recipes. I want to know how to navigate this life. You have been on this earth X amount of years beyond me, and at no point did anyone in my family say, hey, this is what you should look out for. This is probably some steps you should take. I'm sitting here wondering trying to figure out how I can get me and all my children in front of a financial advisor so that we can get set up and moving in the right direction together. Meanwhile, I'm struggling. When I was staying with my mom, I was struggling to, figure out finances. When my mom died, I ain't gonna give too much information because I don't know what the statute of limitations is. But let me just say, my mama had money in her bank account that she could have been a resource to me, but she was looking out for herself, which is fine because she definitely became a resource for me after life. So, but God. But what I'm saying is I really was upset with my ancestors, and I feel that I'm allowed to be upset with them. I feel that I'm allowed to have these conversations with them. And since they're in spirit, the ego is gone, so they're not necessarily getting their little feelings hurt because I'm calling them out on their BS. Like, this is complete BS. And if there's a lesson for you, you need to make sure you are transferring knowledge to your next generation. Do not leave your next generation out here to flounder. Just because the ones before you left you to flounder, do not leave the next generation to flounder. I am their legacy. And what is their legacy out here doing? Whatever I'm doing and they got to do with them, all they gave me was DNA. And I appreciate that. And I want to be clear, when I say transferring knowledge, I am not talking about topical conversations. Topical conversations are bond builders. Transferring knowledge is setting the next generation up to be successful. Two very different things. Both very important. What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here. If you have a couple of minutes, I am on a rant. I have energy on me and I cannot get it off of me. And I'm going to be in this space. I don't like how I am treating my children and responding to them. I just don't have any patience for them right now. But, it's on me and I'm calling out hypocrisies. The other day while I'm filming a video about how my family is all, I wanted to build bonds and I'm literally sitting on the curb, right? Filming this video about how my family pretends they want to be together, but they're making zero efforts to be together. The very next day, I click on social media and I see pictures of my family at an event because a particular family member has opened up an establishment and every Arizona family member was invited but me, which is cool because I probably wouldn't have wanted to go anyway. I would have went because out of respect, but I probably wouldn't have wanted to go. My preferred space is right here in this bed. But I'm like, dang, slap in the face. What the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap. Anyway, so I'm just like, in the past, I would get bitter and I would comment on the post and was like, oh, looks like fun, or oh, why didn't I would make some sort of flippant comment, but I was like, oh, okay. But I was hurt. My feelings were hurt. But not hurt like in the past, because I don't expect a tiger to change its stripes at 40-something, 50-something, 60-something years old. You keep tigering the way you've been tigering. I'm gonna be all right over here. But I sent a message to Amber, and Amber, if you guys aren't following her, she's wisdom. Amber says, God knew, this is paraphrasing. Amber says, God knew the family that you had wasn't going to be family enough for you. So you manifested the family that you desire and the family that you deserve. I was like, damn, I can't even be bitter after you saying that. So we need to stop looking backwards and do the things that is necessary to protect our space, our peace, which means if you need to unfollow somebody, go and unfollow them. But you need to focus on what life you created for yourself. And if you haven't created the life for yourself that you desire and you feel complete in, you keep looking backwards at what you're not getting from people instead of looking forward at the things that you are getting from people. And if you invited people into your life that aren't giving you what you need, get all that stuff up out of there and build the life that you know that you deserve. My last video totally went left because I was on one direction and I ended up going in another one. My bad. What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here. I am calling out family hypocrisies because it is on my spirit this morning. Why do you have to accept and respect what your previous generation or anybody gives you? I have a family member that basically spams me with, which is fine, I get it. That is their level of communication and connectivity with me. I'm going to send you my data. That is bonding. It's cool, it's cool. The point that I'm making is, at the beginning of the other video, I said there is a totally different thing between bonding conversations and knowledge transferring conversations. And then there's a different level of bonding. Sending me spam is not bonding. But I'm like, okay, this is the space that they're in. This is the attempt that they're making, so I will be responsive. But lately I've been thinking, and mostly because I sent them a text, I sent them a couple texts. I have a history of communicating with this individual and they don't communicate back. And so I'm just like, yeah, I understand. I'm trying to be understanding, but at what point am I allowed to remove myself from the equation? Because I get where you're at, but you can't even meet me halfway by responding to a question that I asked. I don't feel I need to acknowledge your spam every day. Like, I am really meeting you where you're at, but you're refusing to meet me where I'm at. And this is all relationships, so pay attention to this. I said in the video before, in my group chat with my two friends, all three of us, somebody says good morning, not just one person always initiating. And that's important because a lot of our friendships are imbalanced. A lot of our relationships are imbalanced because one person is doing one thing and the other person isn't doing anything. And one person is truly keeping the relationship together. And that one person who's doing the work to keep the relationship is tired. And you are just taking it for granted. So you need to stop doing that. It's okay for you to say good morning too. It's okay for you to check on the other person too. This is such a random rant, but I think it makes sense somewhere. Gosh, I probably need to delete all these videos because I'm just going off for I have no point. But this energy is on me. I want to get it off. I want to get it off. Get off. 23 positions in a one night stand. Hey. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I don't even know what I'm saying. I think she's listening to Dolph. I don't know Dolph, but it sounds Dolphy. He had a certain voice. Rest in peace, Prince and Dolph.